Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here coming at you again with another video in my Dino a Day review series. If you don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be appreciated. If you haven't subbed to my channel already, if you don't mind checking it out, got some awesome content, and I'm trying to pump out more and more every single day, and I am super pumped about Genesis. Alright, anyways, outside that little plug right there, we are on the Enforcer. As you can see, I've got 4 right here. Yes, they are level 225. Yes, this is vanilla stats for anyone complaining. I've had a lot of people say, oh, you're not using vanilla stats. I 100% am. I have put everything back to vanilla. The only thing that is easier is the wild dinos are not as high level. So, anyways, these were spawned in at 150 with the slight boost there. In regards to, they were basically spawned in at 225 because enforcers do not get a taming bonus, unlike most creatures. So they do just spawn in at 225 if you try and spawn them in at 150. Now, here's a couple cool facts about these guys. One, their general stats are really good. I mean, you can get much, much, much better than this. I'd like to bring that up, and I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that. Because whenever yours dies, it drops a blueprint. Now, you can see that I just dropped a blueprint of this guy, level 222. It is not the same level as the first one that drops. And you'll just be able to craft it, which is kind of cool, I guess. Now I can just craft this guy in my inventory. You can see I'll tame him. He still has his 5 little thingamajiggers, whatever you want to call them. And then I'll go ahead and do it again, because every time you drop it, you're going to get a different percentage point. And what you're looking for is decent all-around stats. It's a 222 again. Nothing too great, I suppose. But still not a bad overall tame. Now, just so you can see, this one's got almost 3,000 health, so they are totally random, the stats you get out of them. Now, I have 2 that you can level here, or I guess I'm going to level to show you what they can do. 2 big roles for the Enforcers that a lot of people don't use them for. One, they are great pack mules. Let me show you. So, weight on these guys can get really, really high. I'm going to go and just, mash all into weight right here. So they're great pack mules. Even 1,700 stamina is pretty good. 3,075 health is good. 5,000 carry weight on these guys. And that's not even the best part I've shown you yet. So great pack mule. And let's go ahead and show you this bad boy right here. So, you know what? I don't know if I even want to level health. I just want to show you guys what it's like base health. I'm going to give him a bunch of stam because stam is super nice to have. And I'm going to load this guy up on melee. Now, when you level stuff into melee and stam, you could load it into health, but I just want to show you what it's like. These things do an asinine amount of damage to corrupted creatures. They are really not only great beginner and middle tames, but they can be great long-run tames as well. So, let's show you their attacks, because they are a little bit different than usual creatures. First and foremost, their secondary attack is a blink, is what it's called. Now, this blink attack allows you to you're not speed traveling. You literally disappear and reappear on the other side. You can blink up a wall, because these guys can climb on walls, which is just absolutely intense and terrifying. I'd like to bring that. You know what? Maybe I should take a screenshot of this, because this is terrifying. That's cool looking. Yeah, I like that. So, anyways, he can blink on walls. He can blink off of the said walls. He can also blink up the wall. If you're looking careful enough, you just have to kind of figure out the right angle, I suppose, is a good way to put it. Boom. And you can do it while you're in the air as well, just like you see right there. So I can, if I really wanted to, get across this entire thing. Oh, it's not going to let me now. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. So, you can blink all over the place. It's really an awesome ability. I like it. It helps a lot to be in first person with these guys, because where you look is where they go. But, third person can work. So, you can blink around. It's all what you want to do. So, just that being said, they're pretty awesome tames. You can blink, like I just said, out into the middle of Nowheresville if you really want to. You don't have to by any means. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Boop. And then while I'm in the air, I can continue to blink all over the place, or with at least how many things I have, which is pretty neato, obviously, because you can go long distances without ever touching the ground. And the blinks respawn really quickly, which is really nice, obviously. Now, these things do 4 times damage to corrupted tames. Now, those are low levels, yes. However, they do just crazy damage. They have 2 attacks. One is their primary, like you see right there. And the other is their, oh boy, lag session there. That C that you see right there, that is his, I guess, tertiary attack, if you want to call it that. And he can only do it so often. It's kind of like that little charging Giga thing you see in the corner. It basically prevents him from just spamming it endlessly, because it's got a pretty big knockback range. I'll go ahead and show you on these guys right here, like this. Now, it knocks him back, stuns him, and it does quite a bit of damage. But this guy, because he does quadruple damage, quite literally melts just about everything in this game that is corrupted. So early game, it is a great way to earn yourself some free loot from element drops. Now, this guy can easily take out a blue drop by himself. He can probably do a yellow all by himself as long as you have a high level one with some good stats on him. And they'll continue to like gain stuff over time, I suppose is a good way to put it, but you know, it's up to you. They are really good overall tames scout-wise, because as you can see, they're pretty quick. I mean, in quite a few tames, I guess is a nice way to put it. For the last like 10-15 tames, I haven't liked him as much as I like this guy. This is up there for one of my favorites because it's like an underused tame. Because let's say you're being chased, do you know how hard it is to get somebody that's just like blinking all over the place? And look how fast these things regenerate. So you can pretty much just endlessly use this thing. I'll go ahead and show you a corruption node real quick. But he is just insanely talented. This is, what is this? Probably a 25k, looks like. Yeah, it's a 25k. So this is a 25k element node. As long as you don't hit the middle right here, he is pretty competent all by himself to clap pretty much everything you see here, just using his attacks. And the benefit is he can get all over the place really quickly. You can see all this stuff just spawned in over there. And all I gotta do is just run and kill it. 25. I don't think any super high level stuff is gonna spawn with this. But he is really quite fast, and it's nice to be able to use him on these things because, oh boy, come on now. Okay, so jumping, and then blink, see ya. So, as you can see, he also gets a bunch of hide, raw meat, corrupted nodules, and just stuff in general. It can be quite useful to have him because all that stuff is really great early game, especially keratin, or chitin, whatever you want to call it. So they are really good tames for early game especially. Even mid game when you're like trying to make your first reppy, if you run into the caves with these guys following you, just run the cave with a really large Giga that's terrifying looking, and have these guys like following you, you will be unstoppable. Now anyways, hopefully you enjoy this quick little review of this guy because he is an absolute monster. I'm going to do a little bit more just so you can see. It really is not that difficult at all. Like a lot of people are afraid to do these, but you can get so much stuff. I'm not going to do the entire thing. I'm just trying to show you that you just got to get past this first wave where you're trying to find everything. Enforcers are just great overall tames. They can actually be used really well in raiding techniques as well. Okay, there's a hidden one right there. Bunch of nerdy glasses skins. That's just lovely. And there's another one. Just looking for one more, I think. I don't see him, though. Oh, there he is. Got him. That should be it, I assume. Not be able to get to the second wave, but one hostile remaining game. Come on now. That seems ridiculous. There he is. Nope, that wasn't him. What the heck? So, anyways, continuing, you can easily solo, as you can see, low levels. I mean, I don't think you're going to want to go after a red and just because of the flyers. And the flyers can be really hard, especially Wyrens, can be really hard to take down. And you can really get things in the level like 300 range, 400 range. And that's a bit excessive because this guy doesn't have the ability to soak enough like a Giga can. Or a Rex if you're using a Rex. I cannot find this tame. Man, this is the frustrating part of these things. Is this it? Got it. Alright. So anyways, you can also use this guy to raid, because let's say there's somebody on top of this hill over here. I just want to show you this like example, because I've been raided like this before. If you can get quickly into their turret range, and just blink yourself to the walls, you can actually LOS a majority of their turrets, which is kind of crazy to think about, because I'm just going to blink up in the air, and you can get behind their wall insanely fast, just like you saw right there. So let's say, again, like somebody's up here. You blink off in the distance and you double blink. and you don't take damage when you do that, which is crazy. You can't C4 like these guys into somebody's base, which is unfortunate. But you can, I guess, technically C4 yourself and blink into somebody's base, which is probably a little bit OP now that I'm thinking about it. But I guess there are worse things for sure. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright. So, as you can see, these things are even level 70, 80, and it's taken 2 hits for me to kill them, even just 1 in a couple of them. Because this guy's got some crazy damage output, and these aren't that much better than what you're going to be facing in the real game. Obviously, I'm not in the real game, so... But you can pretty much shred everything you see that is corrupted because of that 4 times damage. These things are just awesome. Alright, well anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this little review about this guy, because he really is an awesome tame. And more people should use him, especially early, middle, and late game tribes. I mean, there's uses all over the place for this guy. Probably my favorite one in the last couple of dinos I'd review. Alright, well anyways, Teach's Game 2.